Mac Jones. He is not the second pick. He's probably the fifth quarterback in this draft. But as we showed you a moment ago, his first pro day was yesterday. There's going to be another one in a week. He threw 50 balls yesterday, and as is usually the case, these guys look great in this. And he had one of the greatest seasons, at least statistically, in college football history last year with a great team around him. And Mel Kiper, as we showed you yesterday in the new mock draft 3.0, has him going number 15 overall to the New England Patriots. And there is that connection there between Bill Belichick and Nick Saban, who was Mac Jones' coach in college. But if you're just joining us, Tim Hasselbeck just did a fabulous film breakdown showing you where some of the athletic deficiencies come in. What you're going to hear about Mac Jones is he doesn't have the level of athleticism to make plays with his legs, which is very much in vogue in the NFL right now. Marcus, I'm coming to you. How big a factor is that? Is that a disqualifier, an inability to make plays when everything else goes wrong with your feet? Is that a disqualifier for you for a quarterback in the first round?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not falling into that vein. And look, I love these athletic quarterbacks and being able to move side to side. Mac Jones will learn how to navigate a pocket. He'll learn when to take off. I saw Tim, and when he was talking about Mac and his deficiencies, don't hold on to the ball. Scramble and get 7 to 8 yards and move on to the next play. He'll learn those things going forward. But let me ask you guys a question, because we knocking Mac Jones, and I understand that it was 1 year and it's at Alabama. Matter of fact, let me remind everybody, it was at Alabama. Nick Saban is the head coach at Alabama. If Mac Jones wasn't a good quarterback, or he didn't think he could facilitate the success that they had this year, he wouldn't have been the starter, number one, because they also recruited the number one quarterback in the country coming out of high school the previous year, and Mac fended that off. And look, I get it. I understand. We're talking about Zach Wilson with the strength, his arm strength, athletic ability, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence. Mac Jones gets lost in this shuffle. But turn the tape on, take away the names and the faces, and just watch the tape. And Mac Jones has a hard argument to be the first person taken in this draft when you look at his production, how he maneuvered, and how he got everybody involved in this offense. I'm not saying he's better than Trevor Lawrence, better than Justin Fields, but if we were doing a blind evaluation, Mac Jones would be talked about very highly outside of just talking about his athleticism based on the season he put together.
Look, the numbers speak for themselves, but Tim, I mean, you showed the tape that you showed. What is your response?
Yeah, well, so I've watched it with the names off the jerseys, kind of with that in mind. When you throw a bubble screen, that's not even blocked correctly against Notre Dame, and it goes 35 yards, for a touchdown. Look, that's a different environment. Like, I would argue that, if you put Mac Jones on, Syracuse's football team, like, what bowl game are they going to? But I would tell you that if you put Justin Fields on that team, he'd have made them a heck of a lot better. Listen, the game has changed. Like, listen, I love the drop back passer as much as anybody. But the game has changed. Hembo gave me this great stat. Quarterbacks rushed for 9,500 yards last year. 9,500 yards. That's over a 50% increase from just 5 years ago. Like, name me the good, promising young quarterback that cannot be involved in the quarterback run game. I don't believe that there is one. And that doesn't mean that Mac Jones can't be a good player. It just means the game has changed. And if you're going to draft somebody kind of in the elite of the elite, which is what I believe the first round is reserved for, then they should check the boxes that need to be checked. And so, look, that to me is why I would feel very uncomfortable with it in the first round.
Let me get Mel in here. Go ahead, Mel.
Yeah, I think that's why. And I'm looking to listen to Tim, and I respect everything you're saying, Tim. You played in this league. Tom Brady was a late sixth-round pick, 199, because of all the things you're saying. That he was at Michigan. He couldn't do this. He put a lot of pressure on the line. He ran a 5'2", 240, had no athletic ability. And Giovanni Carmazzi at Hofstra had so much more talent. And Spurgeon Wynn at Southwest Texas State had so much talent, and he went ahead of Tom Brady. Peyton Manning was in this room with me and said, that's why everybody were criticizing me, saying if my name was Peyton Jones, I'd be a third-round pick. I can't move. I'm as good as I'm ever going to get. And here I am, 22 years of age. So I think all these quarterbacks that aren't the dual threat, like Peyton Manning was not, like Tom Brady was not, Drew Brees not, are all going to have critics. I get that. And Tim, you remind me of John Gruden. I used to go down with John Gruden and down to Tampa in April, and he always set me up. He'd say, okay, Kiper, you like this guy? He'll put up 5 bad plays. You don't like this guy? Put up 5 great plays. You can cherry pick those plays. And Tim, you set everybody up to show Mac Jones at his worst, but I can show you Mac Jones at his best in a lot of games, like that national championship game when he made a key play in the third quarter manipulating the pocket.
But I'm going to come back to this. I know I say that all the time.
If we had 30 minutes, we could do it. I'm not saying he's a bad prospect. That's not what I am saying at all. But I'm saying the first round is reserved for guys that are checking all of these boxes. Look, when we show 3 good plays of Trey Lance, it doesn't mean he doesn't have bad plays. My thing is this: Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, that's 20 years ago. It's a different game.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.